My name is Cesar Yanez, and you're watching The CY Show. Welcome back, everybody, to The CY Show. Today, I'm interviewing a personal friend and a professional home stager, Priscilla. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions regarding home staging because there's a lot of people at home that like to do improvements to their homes, or if they want to sell it, they have questions about staging. Maybe they might not know the benefits that come with staging. So let's just start with, what is home staging?
To me personally, I think home staging is when the seller is trying to bring focal points to the home. Staging would be, it can be light, a lot,
Right.
or but usually it's just to bring focal points to attract people into purchasing the home, and I think it's like eye candy to people.
Right, right.
So when you come in, you want to be attracted to it, and the focal point would be like a chimney, the kitchen, like the highlights of the home. We're bringing them out to life.
Yeah, so it's highlighting the best features of the home, making
Yes.
it appealing to the buyers. Great. So would you say there's a difference between home staging and decorating?
Yes, definitely. Yes, home staging again is because you're only bringing those focal points, highlighting the home, and decorating is personalizing. You're personalizing, decorating to one person's needs. Staging, it's for all.
It's more neutral.
More neutral, yeah,
Got
just
it.
focal points. Decorating is individually take like one certain specific family or person's taste.
Right.
So you're targeting just one person versus all.
Right, right. And decorating is more like, one person might like orange walls, or
Exactly.
it might not be appealing to.
Exactly. So staging would be neutral.
Got it. Cool, cool. And do you think home staging works in terms of helping the house sell or increase the value?
100%. Personally, because not just because I'm a stager, but because me personally, when I was in the process of purchasing my own home, I was focused on that. Like, you want your imagination to go to work every time you go in a home, and when it's empty and you're going from home to home, it's kind of hard to like remember like what did I like from this house that I didn't like from that house. And when it's staged, that kind of just like stays registered in your mind, and you kind of like, oh my god, yeah, like I wouldn't have thought of doing that, but now that I see it, oh my god, yeah,
It helps the buyer visualize.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and differentiate. How do you say it?
Differentiate.
The homes,
Yeah.
yeah, that you
Right.
wanted to go see.
So, got it. Yeah, it does help people visualize, oh, this is what I want to do, this is
And
exactly
see
how I
themselves
want it.
in it, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And
Cool.
it does help because obviously it's eye candy to people, it's what attracts to you. And again, they can see themselves in the home, so the chances of selling the home would be a little higher than the neighbor selling their home and completely empty because
Right.
your imagination's not going to work.
that's
And
right.
it's not bringing out the focal points.
And just a fun fact to throw in some stats. So 73% of the homes that are staged sell faster than homes that are not staged, and they sell for 1 to 5% more value. So in the end, I think staging does have a cost, but it might be a good investment at the end just because you might get more for your money
You'll get it
at
back
the
for
end.
sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how does the homeowner know if they need home staging?
They'll know based on how I think that it's kind of, you have to go like down like a little questionnaire and ask yourself, how soon do I want to sell this home? Who am I targeting to be attracted to my home? For example, in my opinion, recently I've been doing senior communities, and obviously their focal is who they're trying to attract is obviously a senior.
Absolutely.
So based on that, you want to fix up the home based on who it is that you're trying to attract into your home, so that they can see themselves in that home versus just opening. I mean, sometimes it's nice to have like a clear canvas, an empty canvas, but again, our mind works based on what attracts us, and if it's attracting to the buyer, then more than likely you're going to sell that home. So to me, the more the merrier.
Okay, so it depends on your timeline, it depends who you're trying to target. That's interesting. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Probably for a senior community, seniors like more cozy homes.
Definitely.
Probably a lot more things than probably like, you know, a millennial kind of minimalism.
Yeah, so it's
style.
based on area, I would say. Based on the area, you can kind of like determine what type of staging you need or if you don't need any staging. But per usual, I say not just because I do it myself, I want something that's going to attract me.
Right.
Or again, bring out highlights in the home that as a normal person just roaming through the home I wouldn't notice. But when it's decorated, you kind of envision yourself in the home. So I think that's going to definitely help sell the home. And again, no matter what, you're getting your money back.
Right.
So
right.
why not?
It's a great investment. And so I know it depends obviously in the type of home, the timeline, but do you have like numbers you can throw out of how much it costs or an idea?
I would say it depends who you hire to do the work. With now social media, I feel like there's so much opportunity out there. You don't have to just like call a big company. Like you can now, for example, for me, what's working for me in my own little business is Instagram. I put out there what I do, and it's like my own portfolio versus me having to go sell myself. People can just search up home staging, and I'll pop up. And I'm just starting. I've just done a few homes. So obviously I'm not going to charge the same amount of money as a person with 20 years of experience.
Right.
And I try to be as reasonable as possible too. So I think to average out, I would say like it can be $500 to $1,000 for a 3-bedroom home, 2-bedroom home. You know, it depends on the size of the home. It depends if you want light staging, heavy staging.
Right.
So I would say like it won't go more than $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's really reasonable.
And just so you know, Priscilla's my personal to-go-to stager, so I got all the deals for you. And then, what about for the homeowner that doesn't necessarily want to sell their home, so they don't need to stage it, but some do-it-yourself tips that they can do to improve their home?
Obviously, like everything, there's trends.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that, for example, from when I purchased my home 10 years ago to now, a lot has changed.
Right.
I've learned that minimal is more now. Back then, more was more. Like the more the home had, the more the person was going to be attracted. So it's definitely based on trends.
Right.
So if you're a homeowner and you can't afford to stage the home, or you prefer not to because your home is already pretty much decorated and you're still occupying the property, but you want to attract people to buy your home, I think clean. You just have to keep your house super, super clean. Try not to have it too personalized because obviously an occupied home is going to have a lot of pictures of your family.
Right.
So, I mean, that's nice too, but you have to keep it to a minimal because, again, you're not attracting a family member. You're attracting a potential person that wants to see themselves in the home. So less is more. So I would look up online. There's Pinterest, Instagram. You can just go light staging. You can find ideas there. Just keep your house really, really clean, and that alone is going to attract people.
Right, so it's the homeowner's best interest to go online, check Pinterest, check the trends, because that's what's trending right now, so that's what's gonna keep their home top dollar.
Yeah, cool. So DIY, that would definitely help. Just keeping the home clean, less personalized,
right.
And
minimalistic style.
Yeah, minimal is more now. Definitely, and that's actually what I'm doing with my home. I'm not selling it, but I like to keep it very minimal so that you don't have to spend too much money to decorate. Holidays are coming, so I try to keep it neutral so I can just add those accent colors.
Cool. I had a quick question. I just thought of it. I've been looking also the kind of trend, the minimalistic trend, and there's a lot of plants now in the houses. You like adding plants too? Yeah.
Yes, that's actually a big thing. I'm glad you brought it up because I'm actually going through that transition in my home where I'm preparing it for fall.
Yeah.
And it's so inexpensive and it makes a huge difference.
It does,
in the home.
just having green plants everywhere.
Yeah, so just keeping your house neutral, super clean, and just adding that one plant in the corner, and that's already somebody's focal point. They're not going to pay attention to anything else. They're attracted to the plant. That's such a big deal right now, and it doesn't have to even be real. Like, because maintaining plants, I try to be a plant lady, and I think I failed. Yeah. It's very hard because of the water, soil, plant food. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
So you just go buy one plant versus decorating that whole corner, because like I have a corner in my house where like I had it full of pictures and stuff, And then I removed everything, cleaned it up, you know. I didn't even have to do no artwork.
Yeah.
Just put that plant, done.
Done.
Yes.
That's awesome. I've been thinking about getting plants too for my place.
Yes,
I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed it a lot recently. Very trendy to have.
Very
plants.
trendy, very inexpensive, and again minimal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very attractive.
Cool. And then last thing, since you mentioned your Instagram and your house, the work you've done, we have some pictures here of your work that we can show people. So this is your house now,
Yes.
and it looks great. I see that the landscape was done, the landscaping. You painted the outside as well?
Actually, that's a project we're working on. That's all stucco.
Oh.
We had wood panels all through our home, and I didn't like it. It looked outdated, and then to me, I feel like termites are more than likely to exist in your home.
Wood,
so I wanted it to be bare. We took everything off, and that's just stucco.
Oh,
we actually need to paint the house.
Wow,
Yeah.
so it's just neutral color. Wow, and then this looks like out of IKEA.
Thank you.
It's like really nice. So is this, I see the plant as well.
Yes.
The lights is very bright, so I think that's also another thing. Kitchens are
Huge.
really supposed to be really bright, right?
Very bright, yeah. Right now, that's actually like an open concept is a really big deal, especially for small homes. My house, personally, I believe it's really small, so I had to like redo the whole kitchen to where I opened up the space. I'm always hosting, so space is very important to me. And then windows, just windows, light, and you have a whole new kitchen. Like you really don't need much. You don't need to spend much to make your home look like this.
The lights, yeah, they look very modern.
And back to the DIY, like if you don't have the money to get new cabinets, just sanding them down, painting them, adding new handles, pretty much gives you a whole new kitchen.
A new look.
Yes.
That's awesome. And then was that kitchen island there before?
No.
No? You added that?
I added that. There was an island, but it took so much room. It was all along the middle. Where the sink is at, the sink wasn't there, it was at an angle.
Okay.
So it was to the side to where it brought out an island this way. So I had no room through the sides, no room over here. So the island is new.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you have the little dining table there.
Yes.
I love the lights you have.
Thank you.
I don't know what those are called, but the
Chandeliers?
Chandeliers, yeah. The curtains too, they match everything, the white furniture, the gray color of the walls. So this is awesome. You did all this. I know this was all your creative ideas.
Yes, I did hire someone to come and do the work, but again, I only know what it is that I want different in my home, what's going to help me make it appear bigger. So I just hired someone. They let me just design the whole thing, and then they came in and just did the work. And that fireplace took so much room in my living room. So we were actually considering getting rid of it as a whole. But I didn't want to because, you know, for holidays it's nice to have it on, watch movies with my kids. I don't have an extra living room, so everything happens here. So that one was really big. It was super outdated. It took so much room, and they were able to clean it up, give me that extra space, and this is what it is now.
That's great, yeah. So I noticed you have very soft colors like white, light gray.
Yes.
That's your to-go-to? What inspired that?
Yes, reason being because when I first moved in, obviously as time goes by, you start to know your house more. Like I was telling you earlier, this was not my ideal home. You know, as a first-time buyer, you don't have much option, I would say. I mean, there's a lot of options out there, but you're new to it, so you don't really know what it is that you need because you haven't owned a home before, so you can't say, oh, I need this space. You don't know. You have to just go and get a starter home, make it your project, personalize it, and then when you purchase your second home, you say, okay, I need this that I didn't have there. So obviously, when I moved in, back 10 years ago, a lot was more and that was important. Now I've learned that to minimize, keep everything neutral, light, so that way it's easy to just decorate. It's easy to just give more focal point, I guess, again, to the home. Just keep it simple.
So yeah, I mean, I'll put the pictures on the video, but dude, the difference between your house then when you bought it and how it looks now, it's night and day. I mean, you did a great job.
Thank
I've told
you.
you this before, so I think this will really help everyone, give a good idea of home staging, do-it-yourself things
Yes.
that they can do. So thank you very much
Thank you for having me.
being here at this interview, and I appreciate everything you do. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for
Bye.
watching.